This is Majestic Curls back with another tutorial. I'm going to be showing you all how I make my twist outs last all week. But get this, without retwisting every single night. Yes, you heard right, without retwisting every single night. Trust me, y'all don't want to miss out on this. Stay tuned. Alright gals, so we're working with the fresh twist out, and you're going to need some cloth rubber bands so that you can do this bedtime routine. So what you're going to do is grab a section. So I do at least 5 sections, I want to say. I'll do one at the front of my head, I'll do one in the middle of my head, and I'll put one on the left side, one on the right side, and then of course one on the back, in the very back. So what you're going to do is the curls that you have already separated, you want to make sure you grab those curls and put them in a bunch together. Don't separate any more. That's going to cause more friction. I mean, not friction. It's going to cause more frizz. It's going to make it fuzzy, and you don't want to mess up your curl pattern that you've already took your time to achieve just taking those twists out. So go ahead and get your cloth rubber band, and you're going to tie it at the base of your hair or the root of your hair, and then just wrap it around there. Me personally, my hair is thick, so I have to do it a little tight just to keep it from being puffy at the root of my hair, because my hair will get tangled and matted if I don't do that. And you all may not have to do the exact same thing. After a few times of practicing, you'll figure out exactly how you want it tight or loose. So then you go to this end, wrap it around the end. Now with this, you don't put it on the ends of your curls. You want to put it at least a few inches away from the end of your curls, because you don't want them to get all frizzy, and you don't want the end of your curls that you've finger coiled to be all messed up. So you grab another section, and I always go with either the left or the right side when I'm sectioning off. So it's going to be the very front, the left, and then the right. And then I'll also go with the back. Sometimes I'll grab the top, but I'll just leave the top open for me to put together. So you're going to do the same thing like you just did in the front. You section it off, and the ones that are in the way, move them back gently without actually messing up the curl pattern. Wrap it around the base of your ponytail that you're creating. Make sure none of those other curls are getting in there, because that will happen and mess up things like that. I'm a little heavy-handed, so sometimes mine's get messed up way before it's supposed to, but that's nobody's fault but mine. So anyways, you're just gonna take the other cloth rubber band, and you're gonna want to have a big pack of cloth rubber bands for this, because after a while they will get a little raggedy and they'll start tearing, just like that. And you're going to do the whole head until it's done. on and you go to bed. Wake up in the morning and I'm going to show you how you take it down. That's the fun part. I'll see y'all next. I'll see you in the morning. I'm tired, so I'm going to go to bed. All right, it is the next day, and you're going to take your satin cap off and kind of just tug on them a little bit, and you're sitting here looking like Cynthia from the Rugrats, or Loke Dog from Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. Bye. Anyway, so you're going to need, for the morning routine and taking it down, is some oil. Any choice of oil that you like. I've been using grapeseed and castor oil lately. So that's what oil I have. And then I have my water mixture with a little conditioner in it, some oils, and some water. And then you're going to need your trusty pick because we're going to fluff those roots. Now we're going to use some mango defining pudding, and I use that to put around my edges because that satin cap dries my edges out sometimes depending on how hard I sleep. So I'll use it around my edges, and then I also will use a little bit if there's a curl that got stretched out too much or was too frizzy. So that's where that comes in at. And then once you go ahead and smooth that in, because my hair is thick, I have to put quite a bit on the edges because it needs that moisture. I can't, when my edges get dry, they hurt. I don't know if anybody else's does that, but mine's hurt and I just can't take it. So I use that defining pudding for that, and then I have the moisturizer as well. So then I take my spray bottle and I spray my scalp because my scalp gets kind of dry sometimes. I'm not gonna lie and say that I don't dig. If it gets dry, it starts to itch, especially with the weather switching over. It's really took a toll on my scalp, so I'm gonna have to do a treatment or two. But yeah, spray the oil mixture with the leave-in on there and kind of work it in, and that'll have your scalp feeling a little bit better if you have the same problems that I have. If not, no worries. Just add whatever it is that you like to add to keep your hair moisturized and your scalp moisturized as well. So we're going to use this oil, and that's grapeseed oil and the black Jamaican castor oil. And I have them mixed together in that little jar. And then I take that oil and put it on the ends and just kind of work it in a circle to keep from making the ends too frizzy or pulling it out of its curl pattern. And the reason why I'm working it in a circular motion is something that I've been doing since I've started going natural. When I cut all of my hair off, I used to spray it with the spray bottle or whatever oils I have in it, and then take my curly pudding and just work my hair in a circular motion, and it would literally bring my curls to just a defined curl without even really having to twist it. So that's something I've been doing since I've gone natural, and I went natural back in 2013. So that's just something that works for me. So you're gonna go ahead and take down the what do you want to call these? I call them the Loke Dogs. It just reminds me of Loke Dogs. Sometimes I think of Cynthia too, but I take those down and I just kind of fluff it out a little bit. Grab the pick, fluff the roots. The ends already have oil on it, so you don't really need to put anything else on it. And see how the curls are still intact at the base. I'm sorry, not at the base, at the ends. And then you just go around and you do the same thing on that side. Put that oil, that excess oil that's on your hand, shake it out a little bit. Bring them curls, say, wake up curls. Wake them up. Undo that rubber band. And then you don't want to fluff it too much, but you want them to spread out. And see, after a few days, your curls are not going to be super defined anyway, but when you continue to stretch them out like this in the banding period, I guess that's what you would call it, banding, it keeps them intact. And I get so many compliments and questions on how I do this, so I decided to make a video. And I've never seen anybody else do it to keep the curls and the twists going, but that's what I've been doing all this time, and it works for me. So hopefully it all works for y'all too. So now that all the little lock dogs are taken down, you want to shake it out a little bit and just kind of form it the way that you want your hair to be formed. You're going to grab your pick and you're going to fluff your roots. Now you don't want to fluff too much. If you want a big, you want your hair to be big and curly, you want a big fro, then fluff as much as you feel like you need to. But if you want it to last a bit longer, don't fluff too much. But make sure you just fluff it. When I record it, it always looks weird on one side. I don't understand. But anyway, so you just kind of fluff. I'm just kind of looking at what needs to be defined at this point. So then you grab a little bit of that defining curling pudding, and that I believe is by QP. I believe that's the name of it. I'll put it in the description at the bottom. But that's a really good defining pudding. I've been using that for a very long time. I've seen it at one of my local beauty supply stores, and the smell is amazing. But it does really good with your curls too. So just gonna go in there and fix whatever's too fluffy or whatever frizzed up on you, because it sometimes will happen, but it won't be the whole head. This is also a trick to elongate your curls if you haven't noticed. Sometimes my curls get really tight later on throughout the week, but using this method, it keeps them nice and long, nice and pretty, and full. And she is ready for work. So if you are a newbie, please subscribe. Also like and comment down below. I would also like to see you all try this tutorial and send me pictures or a video. I'm on Snapchat, Instagram, and Facebook. Bye y'all.